Well, he's nobody's fool, so he's playing it cool as can be. He'll give it a
Hello again,
whirl, but
everyone.
he
This is
ain't
Steve
gonna
Kallas,
thrill
speaking of
like
sports, and we're here with a short video to talk about three specific baseball plays from Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. We'll just take each play separately. It's either like a pitch or a play. It's, I think, pretty interesting stuff. We'll see what you think. So everybody knows that Lucas Giolito threw a no-hitter for the White Sox Tuesday night against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 4-0 final. And I just want to talk about the final at bat and really the final pitch. So Eric Gonzalez had been the only base runner in the game. Otherwise, Giolito would have been throwing for a perfect game and Eric Gonzalez wouldn't have gone on. But in the top of the fourth, he walked on 4 pitches, which was funny because it was his first walk of the year. Which means he's kind of a free swinger. But he gets up now with 2 outs in the ninth. And the first pitch Giolito throws is a breaking ball that just misses outside, but Gonzalez swings at it. You know, a close pitch, fooled the batter. He swung at it and missed strike one. The next pitch Giolito throws is a curveball that's got to be 5 inches outside. You know, on the little circle they put up with the box. It was almost in the left-handed batter's box. Gonzalez, of course, being a righty hitter, but he half swung. They asked the umpire down at first, and it was a strike two. So you're 0-2, one pitch for a no hitter, biggest day of your professional life. Giolito's been in the league 3 years. And so what are you going to throw? Well, here's what the catcher, McCann, decides to throw. He calls a high fastball up out of the zone. And you know how catchers do that? They literally squat behind home, not the regular catcher squat, but the half squat. And McCann puts his glove above the strike zone. Clearly, he wants a fastball up, hoping that Gonzalez will chase. Unfortunately, he threw a fastball in the zone, up in the zone, but definitely a strike. And what Gonzalez did is hit a rocket line drive. If you've seen the final play, you know what I'm talking about. He hits a rocket line drive to right field. And fortunately for Giolito, Adam Engel runs over, makes a very nice catch to end the game and save the no-hitter. So why am I focusing on that pitch? Well, here's why, and I think this is general pitching. If you're going to throw a 0-2 fastball, especially for a no-hitter, the final out of a game or a shutout or any game to win, you got to make sure it's out of the zone, and by that I mean a foot or two out of the zone. You don't want to mess with anything near that he might be able to hit like he did. I think it would have been a much better call since he had swung and missed at the first pitch curveball. That was almost a strike. Maybe it was a slider. He had swung at the second pitch, which was way out of the strike zone, another breaking ball, 0-2. So at that point, nobody on base, you're winning 4-0. You might as well bounce one in the dirt or come with another breaking ball that's way outside, because if he's fishing, he's fishing. I think that would have been a much better pitch in that spot. Is this too picky? Because after all, the guy threw a no-hitter. I don't think it is too picky because it's very hard to miss with the ball. You've already thrown 2 curveballs outside the strike zone, and the third one should be easy to throw outside the strike zone. Throw the same thing. He's not going to hit it if he swings. But if you switch from 2 breaking balls to a fastball up, and your catcher clearly wants it up again, his glove was over the strike zone. He clearly wants it up and away, probably to come back with another breaking ball. You got to be sure not to throw a strike. So I'll say on the one hand, Giolito pitched a no-hitter. All credit to him. Fantastic. But on the 101st final pitch of the game, to me, he made a big mistake, and he almost paid for it. Now, I think everybody would have talked about that if that turned out to be a double down the line, which it almost did. But since Engel made a nice play on it to end the no-hitter, it'll be forgotten in history. But nevertheless, to me anyway, fascinating baseball play. Second one was in the Phillies National game Tuesday night. The Phillies won the game, so this play did not enter into the final score in terms of who wins and who loses. But top of the sixth, Jean Segura is on first. Alec Bohm hits a bomb to center field. I'm sure you all know that Victor Robles, the Nationals center fielder, is an excellent fielder. So this ball is crushed. And Robles is running out deep towards center field, towards the 402 sign. He's going to have to make an over-the-shoulder catch. And Segura takes off from first, but he literally runs 10 feet past second. And because of that, Robles makes an over-the-shoulder catch The second baseman is pointing to first because Segura is so far away from first, he's got to be 100 feet from first. And don't forget, you guys know he has to touch second on the way back. You can't cut across the diamond or else you'll be called out on an appeal. So Segura comes back, touches second, is running now from second to first. Robles is throwing a 288-foot throw. Think about that. 288-foot throw that turned out to almost be like a fly ball. You know, this was not a Clemente line drive throw. But Segura, as he's running from second to first, literally looks over his left shoulder. I don't know if he's looking for Robles or he's looking for the ball in the air. But, of course, as he does that, he also slows down. And, of course, he's doubled off of first in an incredible play that they'll show all year as one of the plays of the year. Not because it was just a great catch, but because the guy threw the ball 288 feet to double a guy off by a step and a half. So what's the lessons? Why do I even bring this play up? Here's the lessons for young base runners and maybe for Jean Segura as well. When you're running from home to first, especially when the ball's in front of you, center field, left field, you have your eye on the ball. You can see where the ball is going. You should always run right up to second base, not on second base, not past second base, because if you go too far, there's a slim chance, but in this case, it worked out, that you can be doubled off. So Segura should run just one step from second. If the ball hits the ground, you touch second, you're off to the races. If Robles makes a great catch like he did, you turn around, you run back 85 feet instead of 110 feet, you're safe by 15 feet. But that's not what happened. And the other mistake Segura made, if you were running the bases, never, ever, ever, ever look over your shoulder once you know the guy caught the ball, look over your shoulder to pick up the throw. I mean, it's the dumbest thing you can do. Whenever you see a guy run from home to first, guys who really know how to run the bases just run with their head straight ahead to first base. They don't look at anything. Why? Try it sometimes. When you're running from home to first and you see these guys look at the shortstop in the hole or look at the third baseman, by definition, you can't run as fast as if you're looking to where you're running. Just try it sometimes. Equally bad, maybe worse, is running back from 10 feet past second, touching second, running to first, and looking over your shoulder for maybe 2 seconds, which is going to cut you easy 5 feet. And he might have been safe if he didn't look over his shoulder. He definitely would have been safe if he hadn't run 10 feet past second. And don't forget, I know you guys know, once you touch second and run past the base, on the way back to first, you got to touch second. If you don't, you're out. The third thing I want to talk about, which I'm sure most of you saw, is Joe Berti of Miami against the Mets, bottom of the sixth, seventh inning game, part of a doubleheader. Berti walks, and the first pitch he goes to steal second, and the Mets had a rookie catcher, Ali Sanchez, catching, and he tried to get rid of the ball too quickly on the transfer. He dropped the ball. So Berti's safe, stolen base, steals second. Next pitch, he breaks for third, kind of a delayed steal. But J.D. Davis, the third baseman, isn't anywhere near third. With the shift and everything they're playing now, that's one problem. If you're on second and you see a guy 25 feet from third, you might as well steal. So Davis is running to get the throw as Berti is sliding in headfirst in front of the throw. And apparently Ali Sanchez, the catcher, wasn't real happy about that. He's a rookie. He shouldn't say anything. I don't know if he actually should. But the play we want to talk about, which I'm sure you saw by now, is Jeurys Familia, the pitcher, who had second stolen on him, had third stolen on him, now has a guy on third. Again, it wasn't really, I think it was like the fourth run that scored, maybe the third, but, Miami was winning. And there was only 1 inning left. This is one of those 7-inning doubleheader games, which we'll talk about another time. But in any event, Familia throws the pitch, and Sanchez does kind of look at Berti, but Berti is not retreating to the base. And Sanchez lobs the ball back, a big mistake. Catcher never lobs the ball back with a man on third. Accident waiting to happen. As soon as he lets the lob go, Berti takes off for home. And, he probably did have he had a good lead because J.D. Davis was not again. He was back on the shift, way back near the outfield grass, 20 feet from third. So Berti stood his ground, and as soon as the ball left in kind of a lob, sometimes you can lob it back when there's nobody on base, but you never lob it back with a man on base, and you never, ever lob it back with a man on third. Berti takes off, but like halfway, 2/3 of the way down the line, he actually slips. And if you can picture him, if you saw it again, he's doing the bear walk. Like his hands hit the ground for like 4 touches with his hands. Nevertheless, he gets up. Familia obviously sees what's happening. He makes the throw, and the throw is down low. Berti sliding into home. Sanchez can't hold on to the ball, and the guy is safe at home on a steal where I've never seen anyone. I've seen stolen base steals of home before, but never have I seen a guy almost fall on his face, and that's literally almost what happened. He literally fell to his feet on his hands on the ground. Of course, his feet are on the ground, and he bear walked, they were calling it, for about 3 steps. Still beats it. So Joe Birdie becomes the first Miami Marlin ever to steal second, steal third, steal home in the same at bat. And that just led to another insurance run as Miami beat the Mets. So I think this is a little bit about learning how to run the bases, a fascinating final pitch, I think, in a no-hitter, and, of course, Joe Birdie being able to steal second, third, and home. This is Steve Kallas speaking of sports. We'll see you the next time.